Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's hockey night in Tantramar, and here we go. Cabin with the face-off win. Tantramar beats McNaughton, and the regular season is underway. Parsons shipped it forward, looking for Riley. Esterbrook can't get control of it, and it is Thomas Johnson in on the forecheck for Beneath McNaughton. Thomas Johnson comes with it, throws it out in front. He can't get in. Here comes Esterbrook the other way. Riley Esterbrook, one of three rookie forwards for the Titans this year, turns it over to Johnson there into the zone. Here's a chance for Beneath McNaughton. Esterbrook will tie him up, and Cadman able to end the threat. Number 16 on it for Beneath McNaughton. That is Nathan Dryden. Dryden battling with it. Esterbrook will come over, but Dryden will win that battle. And Carpenter can't take it away. Dryden chipped it down for Johnson off the stick of Carpenter to the line, but not out. Number 42. That is chipped it back in. Cannot find the number 42. Chipped it back in. Now here's Connor Cadman with it in the corner. He was pinned against the boards by number 10, Brady Wood. And Tantramar tries to make line changes early. That'll be an icing call. Again, I do apologize to any Beneath McNaughton fans watching. I will struggle with the names at first. Of course, I'm used to all the Tantramar lineup, but I will struggle with Beneath McNaughton to start. Hopefully by the end of the season, I'll have each team down and fluent. Here's Arsenault, comes in against Branscombe for the face-off. Branscombe wins it, but the Highlanders can't control it. And Robichaud cannot keep it in. Puck chipped out. Here's Ben Connor throwing it off the skate of Trent Arsenault. Can't pick it, and Justin Jacques will jump it in. Tantramar will have to tag. Connor cannot win that race. And it's chipped into the zone by Keaton Trenham, picked up by the Beneath McNaughton D-man. Again out of the line, and Weir will chip it right back in. Tantramar playing a lot of dump and chase hockey so far this shift, and that's what we expect to see from this line. As the puck comes back, but Jacques can't keep it in. Another dump and chase. Thrown ahead by the Trimble player, can't pick it up. There's a bad turnover. Here comes number 11 on the forecheck. He shoots in just wide. That was Han Lee missing it, and here comes Jory Parsons. Jory Parsons rushing for the Titans. Parsons shooting, a stop made by Branscombe. That's Mason Branscombe. Of course, two Branscombes on this team. Mason Branscombe, the goaltender, there is the save, and the other being Camden Branscombe, the forward who had the early shot for Harrison Trimble. Corey Gould able to chip it forward. Gould, the grade 12. And it's finally here at the Titans. Turnover there. And Beneath McNaughton able to chip it forward. Here comes number 19 in on the forecheck. Braden Finney behind the net. Can't pick up. Chipped out in front. Flicked that net by number 18. That's Duncan Smith, but Noah Boyd will gobble that one up with 7:18 to go in the first. A good first few minutes by both teams. We saw a good chance of that both ends. Of course, still a lot of turnovers. Both these teams just got on the ice a couple weeks ago. Shortened tryouts due to COVID-19. And these players do not have the experience they normally have when they start their season. A pass there by number 10. Back to the line, number 3, that's Patrick Mann, can't handle it. And Tantramar takes over. Jesse Esterbrook flicks it forward almost into the Titan bench. He missed Patrick Shipley, and Harrison Trimble takes over. Chip forward, and that missed by number 18. Icing call waved off. And Adam Hall chipped it in, another turnover. Puck can't be kept in by Jack Goostrey, and it'll go all the way back, and Branscombe will be forced to throw it over to Mann. Mann over to Goostrey. Goostrey fans on that one, and that'll give Connor Cadman a chance to pick it up. Patrick Shipley slides it forward, and Thomas Coombs gives chase. Finally controlled now by Beneath McNaughton, and number 12 Thomas Johnson forced to dump it in and retreat. And Justin Jacques throws it ahead for Joe Carpenter as Tantramar starts their attack. Turnover again, and in comes number 13. For the Highlanders, Jacques throws it ahead off the skate of Carpenter to the line, but not out to Jacques again. Jacques again throwing it ahead, number 11, Han Lee. Lee in the corner, Lee showing off the moves. He's hit by Justin Jacques. Puck thrown out in front, but batted away quickly by Trent Arsenault. And Joe Carpenter will rush the puck, dump it in. Tantramar desperately needs fresh legs on the ice. I apologize, that was Riley Esterbrook, not Trent Arsenault. On the breakout, Jack Arsenault now in with some pressure for Tantramar. Well, he'd be quickly picked up by the Highlanders, and Han Lee will take it behind his own net. Pressure by Trent Arsenault. And it's chipped ahead. It's taken over by McNaughton and chipped ahead for Han Lee. Dumped in by Michael Doucette. Quickly dumped back out. He'll hammer it again. And it finally gets to the corner as Trent Arsenault. Good shot out there in front off a turnover by Alex Mullet. I think the puck went into the Tantramar bench there, but no whistle, so teams will play on. Big hit there by number 18, Duncan Smith, for the Highlander, that it's thrown back and forth now again by the McNaughton defenseman. That's Ben Connor on the puck now. Ben Connor throws it ahead, almost chipped down by Nelson Hicks. Turnover, Jory Parsons. Dumps it in, will give chase himself. Jory Parsons, the forward, the defenseman, first hit on the forecheck. Nelson Hicks in the corner, can't get to the puck, almost picked off by Corey Gould as that puck slides across the ice. And it's number 18, Duncan Smith, and on it again. He's stripped by Jesse Esterbrook as Esterbrook tries to chip it over to Parsons. That won't work. Back, Esterbrook's able to play the body to Gavin Weir, and Tantramar gets their rush. Here comes Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks makes a man miss. He still has it. Hickson gets a shot. It's patted aside by Branscombe. Hicks again out in front. Pass. He was looking for Esterbrook's, but it came in Elliott Hicks, and finally Hicks with a big hit and a high sticking call as Tantramar batted it down and played it, and that face-off will come outside. We noticed Nelson Hicks, and that's what fans are looking to see. A conversation I had with Nelson Hicks after the first game, of course. He said simply, what do you think of the game? And I thought, well, I thought the entire team was working hard. I thought they hit well. I thought they made good decisions. It was very sloppy. And then he said, no, what do you think about me? And I had to be honest with that it was underwhelming, but that there is what you're looking to see. Nelson Hicks is an exhilarating athlete. He's not the system player that's easy to make a transition. When you put together the highlight reel he does, it's a hard transition to make as McNaughton ices the puck here. And of course that first shift, you saw the deke, you saw him make the man miss, pick up the puck, throw it out in front, and almost create a goal. That's what you look to see. He's a player that simply brings energy to the building. And that's what they look to see over the grade 10. He was the only grade 10 affiliate on the Titans last season. Of course, Esterbrook, you see on another grade 10 rookie forward on this Titans. And of course, very solid player. So that's Coombs on right now. As you see Coombs laying the hit. Coombs, the other grade 10. And Jesse Esterbrook, the defenseman, steps up and tries to play the forecheck. He has Corey Gould back covering him. That puck thrown ahead and not picked up by Mullet. And Weir will try to take it. Will try to pick it up in the Titan zone. Can't get a hold of it. He's hit behind the net. That puck ends out in front, but Ethan Don can't control it. Back to the point. And Connor throws it at net, but it goes off a Titan leg. Back to the point again, thrown intentionally wide by Connor Martin. Corey Gould fighting for the puck in the corner. He'll be able to get it out to Patrick Shipley. No, he can't control that. And it'll be beneath the corner. Number 12, Thomas Johnson. Johnson throws out in front to number 16, Nathan Dryden. But that is into the breadbasket of Noah Boyd. And he'll hold on and get a whistle. 13:15 to go in the first. Again, teams going end to end. Still a little bit. Still a couple sloppy plays, of course. Teams new to it, but definitely an improvement for both teams off their exhibition games. And it looks like Tantramar will take their first period timeout. They are having trouble with the line changes. Of course, Tantramar working an interesting rotation on both the forwards and the D. Short one winger, but of course you still want to keep your lines together, especially when you've got guys like Connor Cadman and Joe Carpenter who have been playing together all throughout their since novice almost. You want to keep those two together. So we've seen a weird rotation here at the forwards, and of course that sometimes takes getting used to. Now, of course, the defense trying to keep Jory Parsons and Jesse Esterbrook on the ice as much as possible, trying to keep them together. Of course, the two grade 12 defensemen led the team in ice time last year, and we expect it to be no different this year, and some even expect them to carry a more top-heavy load of the Titan offense, or defense. As Cadman lines up for the face-off against Branscombe. Parsons controlling off the draw, throwing it back. Here comes Jack Arsenault, but he can't get to it. And icing waved off. He did get a piece of it. Now it'll be Gavin Weir back. He's hit by Arsenault, and he goes down. Connor Cadman, of course, can't control it. And it'll go back to Parsons, but Tantramar will be forced to clear. Parsons dumping it in, just missed Cadman. Off the stick of McNaughton, goes back to Justin Jocks, who dumps it in. Tantramar has to tag again. Parsons, the first one in, able to keep the puck in the zone. He's fighting for it now that was Jack Gootstree, and Bernice McNaughton able to clear the zone. Here's Parsons again, pressured by Branscombe. Justin Jocks off the boards. Keaton Trenum almost controlled it. Connor Cadman does. No, sorry, Connor Cadman can't, and Branscombe in again. Branscombe fires it off the legs of Jory Parsons. Goes into the corner, and Parsons chips it far side, and Keaton Trenum will get it on the breakout. Trenum tries to go off the boards. He's hit by the Beneath McNaughton player. That was number 11, Han Lee. And Lee able to dump it in the corner. Parsons picks it up and thrown around the boards by Estabrooks. Corey Gould can't get to it. And that puck is dumped in. Estabrooks on it but can't control it. Down in front of number 19 with some tight hands. Noah Boyd the save, and Justin Jocks will go up the boards again with that one. Estabrooks able to clear it. Here comes Raleigh Estabrooks. Estabrooks hauled down, and no call on that one. He's now a hit by Keaton Trenum. The Beneath McNaughton fans might want an interference call on that one, but one won't come, as Noah Robichaux dumps it in, and Boyd will stick it over to Jesse Estabrooks. Jesse Estabrooks up the boards. The dump in, looking for Arsenault, but he can't control it. And it's turned over twice, and now Jack Arthur throws it to Jesse Estabrooks. Estabrooks in the zone. Estabrooks again, coming up with Iffy the forward. We've seen that from both Estabrooks and Parsons a lot so far. Off the skate, and back to Adam Hall at the point. Adam Hall throws it over. Justin Jocks. Justin Jocks Elliot Hicks throws it at net. And that one just wide. A little bit of a late check there, as Harrison Joe carries it forward. Number 12 in on Thomas Johnson with a shot patted aside by Noah Boyd. And into the corner, Thomas Johnson still on it. Out in front, number 16. That is Nathan Dryden with a shot. And Boyd able to hold on. 10:50 to go here in the first period. And again, a lot of chances for Harrison Trumbull, but one player to talk about. If there's one player to talk about in the Titan roster, it is goaltender Noah Boyd. Face off, left up, and a little bit of discomfort from Corey Gould there off that draw. He's limping to the bench. There is Nelson Hicks, checked by number 10, Brady Wood, that was, for the Trojans. The puck comes out of the zone. Number 22, Ben Connor, back to play it, throws it forward, but Braden Finney will flip it over to Jory Parsons. Again, dump out pass looking for Elliot Hicks, but that will miss by a couple feet and be banked off the boards for icing. I do apologize, folks, if I'm saying Harrison Trumbull. Of course, that's fourth habit from the first game. I do apologize. Face off won by Connor Cadman. Back to the point. Jesse Estabrooks. That goes off. Bernice McNaughton stick out in front. And a chance there for Han Lee, but he can't get a hold of it. And puck low the other way. Penalty now coming to Bernice McNaughton. Back to the point. It'll be touched up there by Josh Flynn. And we'll see a penalty. It'll be Flynn himself. He's going to go off perhaps for slashing. No head contact it will be. And we'll see the first Titan power play. Now, of course, the Tantramar power play has been known to be the most feast or famine power play in the NBIA. Of course, although it was a double-A division, but known to be the most feast or famine power play. We've seen weeks with power play where they were the best, and weeks where they could not score a goal on the power play to save their lives. Of course, sloppy in the first game, but hadn't been on the ice yet as Parsons throws it over to Estabrooks. You see Trenum out front for the screen. Pass over to Arsenault, can't be controlled, as Trenum will go back to Arsenault. Parsons and Estabrooks working the point. We talked about wanting to see those two on the ice together more. Pass over! And a goal to number 15, Trent Arsenault, and Tantramar has the lead. And that's what you look for with the man out in front. The man out in front, Keaton Trenum, setting up the screen. When you run that style power play, that's what you look for. Quick bounce out in front. It ends up on the stick of Arsenault, and he plays the game of catch and release and lights the lamp to give Tantramar the 1-0 lead. Of course, a fluke goal like that, of course, it came even strength with the one goal we saw from Tantramar in the first exhibition game. It came from Jory Parsons. But Trent Arsenault here, off the bad bounce, and Tantramar strikes first. Connor Cabin cannot control that face-off, as it's won by number 12, Thomas Johnson. That puck's thrown forward by number 16 for Nathan Dryden. Back, and it's Justin Jacques throwing it forward. Back into the McNaughton defender. Number 10, that is Brady Wood, throwing it forward, ends up on the stick of Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks tries to throw it forward for Cadman. Cadman can't control it. And here's Noah Robichaux. Robichaux throwing it forward, number 12. Throwing it forward, and a good chance there for Beneath McNaughton, but the net is off. And of course, that was number 18, Duncan Smith, on the chance. Corey Gould back on after taking a blow on the last shift, but he loses that draw there, number 19 on it for Beneath McNaughton. Elliot Hicks in, plays the body, not the puck, and cannot get a hold of it, cannot separate the man from the puck. As that pass looking to center it for Beneath McNaughton, not controlled. Jory Parsons throwing forward, Elliot Hicks cannot control it again, and Jory Parsons forced to cycle back. Parsons trying to throw it up the board to Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks hit by the Beneath McNaughton defender, and the puck ends up behind the net. Here comes Joe Carpenter. Carpenter again cannot control it, and the puck goes back to the point, shot high by Jack Goodstree, and that goes up, that goes into the glove of Noah Boyd. And we get a whistle with 8:28 to go. Of course, that's not the shift you're looking for if you're Tantramar right after scoring a goal. Caught up in their own end. Several turnovers, can't get it out. We'll see Esther Brooks will stay on defense, and Adam Hall on to join him. Connor Cabman in at center as that puck goes back to the point. Now thrown to the corner. Joe Carpenter on it. Carpenter can't come up with it. It's Han Lee for, he's not, penalty coming up maybe. Penalty coming up will be on Miss Reese McNaughton. It'll be on Han Lee probably for head contact. As that puck comes back, and Branscombe won't need to touch it. As number 14, Michael Doucette will touch it up. And yes, it will be Han Lee going off for the head contact. Of course, Carpenter, very good player at getting under people's skin, and that's what he did there. Little check, tied him up. Lee thinks the only option is to try to push his way out. Gets the hands a little bit too high, and Tantramar will go back to the power play. Let's see. This time they go to their first line up front with Jacques and Parsons on defense. Here's the face-off man gets kicked out. It's Noah Robichaux that comes in to take the draw. Justin Jacques throws it into the corner to Connor Cabin. We talked about him setting up office in that corner in the first game. He tries to here. He will. Riley Estabrook to throw it back there to him in his office. Over in the corner, Riley Estabrooks again over to Connor Cabin. Cabin in his office tries to center it for Riley Estabrooks. Able to get a shot off there, but it's padded wide by Branscombe. Justin Jacques back to Cadman. Cadman again looking out in front this time for Joe Carpenter. Can't pick up, goes to the point. Joy Parsons slid forward. And off Parsons' skate, they can't clear. Here's Justin Jacques. Justin Jacques into the corner, Connor Cadman. Cadman hit. Cadman with a quick shot, and it's gloved down by Branscombe. Both teams making line changes. You see Thomas Johnson. Johnson has been the number one guy on the break-in so far for the Highlanders. We'll see how he does killing penalties as the first power play line that we saw comes back on. Jack Arsenault went to face off, but Trent Arsenault cannot get a hold of it. Jesse Estabrooks fighting to keep it in against Branscombe. Jack Arsenault picks it up, so he does. Arsenault scores! Quickly thrown at net by Jack Arsenault. Trenum on the screen. And Tantramar up by 2. And of course, maybe Tantramar setting the early precedent that you have to play disciplined hockey. This is a good hockey team at getting under people's skins, and if they continue to score goals like that, it is going to be hard. Of course, with a defense that can check like this, sometimes penalties are inevitable. And Tantramar doing a good job at setting that precedent early that you cannot take a penalty against us. We will punish you for it. As that puck there bobbled by Gavin Weir, and he throws it over on the other side to Brady Connor. Connor attempting to throw it ahead. Adam Hall will pick it up for Tantramar and tip forward. Thomas Coombs tries to play it in. Hall throws it forward to Coombs again, off the glove of Adam Hall, and we're going to get a hand pass call as Hall shoves it ahead to Coombs. Of course, that was on the Tantramar side of center, so not sure what the call is there. As the hand pass rule isn't supposed to apply on the defensive side. Of course, Tantramar not arguing it, though. As we see Gould back on the ice again. Puck comes up, shot almost blocked by Nelson Hicks. Thrown at net there quickly by Dryden, and Boyd able to pat that one up. And of course, the guy to watch for, we've seen him now with 2 good moves tonight, is Nelson Hicks. On the ice now with Corey Gould. These two both energetic playmakers, and interesting pair to watch play together. As of course, Elliot Hicks, the complimentary piece. Elliot Hicks, the absolute skating fanatic, and the grinder. This pair is together for the first time. That one's patted wide by Noah Boyd. Elliot Hicks over into the corner. He can't pick it up. It's Branscombe behind the net. No, sorry, it's not Branscombe. That's Smith, Duncan Smith. Lose that battle. It goes out in front. It's slid quickly at net by Dryden, but it goes underneath the glove of Noah Boyd, and he hangs on for a whistle with 6:20 to go. Both these teams will shuffle their lines. And what's going on? Oh, another, and Reese McNaughton kicked out the face-off circle again for an early swipe. That's the second time this game. That puck's up the boards. Keaton Trenum. Trenum throws it out to Trent Arsenault. Trent Arsenault cannot win the race, and it's shuffled forward by Weaver. Out to the corner. Weir throws into the zone. Weir just ahead of the red line, so no icing. Back in the corner, Ben Connor throws it back and ends up right on the stick of Justin Jacques. Then another dump and chase for Tantramar. Keaton Trenum on the puck. Forechecked, Weaver throws it forward. Jack Arsenault wins the race, and here's Keaton Trenum in the corner off the toe. Trenum out in front. That almost took a good bounce for Tantramar, but Branscombe able to pat it aside. I don't think Branscombe knew he had it. Number 18, Duncan Smith on the rush. Smith throws it out over to Mullet, but Mullet can't put it in. Big hit by Ben Weir in the corner, and that route up the Tantramar bench. Number 44 throwing it across for beneath McNaughton. That was Nathan Archibald. And he throws it so hard that it comes out. Though Keaton Trenum on the rush again. Turnover. Riley Estabrook slides it forward. Rebound. Slid just wide. Keaton Trenum again another chance. And Branscombe able to collapse it behind the net and get the frozen puck call. Several good chances for Tantramar off that turnover. We saw Riley Estabrook in there with Keaton Trenum. Of course, Trenum, the rookie last year, the grade 12 this year. An absolute grinder, a great player to make space. And Riley Estabrook, we talked about the more systematic of the two grade 10 offensive firepowers. Here's the lead pass for beneath McNaughton, but it's fired wide by Nathan Dryden. And puck goes back to the point. Jory Parsons can't control it. It went to Brady Wood. Again, can't be controlled. Shot wide. And it's back now with number 12, Thomas Johnson. Thomas Johnson fighting for it. He's joined by Nathan Dryden. Puck comes over, and an early hit there by Thomas Johnson. And Bernice McNaughton's going to go to the box again. Tantramar at the third power play of the game. And they're 2 for 2 already. And with 4:34 to go, Thomas Johnson's going to go to the box, and he's not happy about it. Of course, I'm sure Not sure if the call will be head. No, it will be interference. Of course, the puck was there. You could argue, some people argue for that rule to be changed. If the puck was there, the play was there, the hit was necessary. However, it was had not yet made contact with the player or the player's skate, and therefore is still considered a loose puck. Cadman able to win that draw. Riley Estabrook throws it over to Joe Carpenter. Taps it over to Joe Carpenter, rather. And Jesse Estabrook's at the point. Connor Cadman able to keep it in Tantramar control. Joe Carpenter throws it out in front, but Riley Estabrook can't get to it. And that'll be cleared off the stick of Joey Parsons and the length of the ice. No about to play it. Boyle touching. We're actually going to have a high stick call against the Titans. And we'll see a power play change right off the bat. Of course, Riley, as we're talking about, they're the more systematic of the two grade 10. We see three grade 10 forwards, two of them in which have been known offensive forces. Hicks, of course, the more energetic, and Estabrooks, his stats would favor Estabrooks, the better player. Estabrooks, a system guy, of course, both the two types of players you need, as Nelson Hicks brings energy to a building, end-to-end goals. As Justin Jacques carries it in, that's another thing Tantramar we look for tonight. Jacques to skate the puck more. Estabrooks throws it over Jack Arsenault, tips it out in front, and Keaton Trenham can't get to one. Here's Jack Arsenault, gives the goal to Neil. Arsenault fires it at net, and Keaton Trenham can't tip it in now. Here's Trent Arsenault. Trent Arsenault around the net. Throws it over to Justin Jacques, he'll tip it back in, and Tantramar will dump and chase. And it'll go right out to Jesse Estabrooks. Estabrooks skating forward. He's challenged in the corner by Connor Martin. Puck goes out in front again, and a chance for Estabrooks on the dump in. Puck in the corner of the net. Jack Arsenault flicking out in front, and Estabrooks can't get a stick on it. And now we see Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks will tie up Branscombe for beneath McNaughton to give Justin Jacques time to retreat off the skate of Elliot Hicks, and can't be picked up. That one goes off the glove of Justin Jacques, and Jesse Estabrooks picking up now. Of course, the ref, good non-call. You saw the linesman yell hand passed at first, but that is not a hand call, a hand pass call if it's in your own zone. Estabrooks tips it over to Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks with some room. That's Rookmore. Great pass up the middle of Corey Gould, but just out of his reach. And here we see Nelson Hicks retreating again. Nelson Hicks with all kinds of room. Good pass to Jory Parsons, but Parsons pass to Gould, and again it's slightly late. That one gloved down by Elliot Hicks, hammered the length of the ice. Beneath McNaughton now back to even strength, so Tantramar now 2 for 3 on the power play. As Beneath McNaughton gets the first penalty kill. Here's Johnson throwing it at net quickly. And Thomas Johnson coming right back out of the penalty box and getting a shot on net. But it's right into the trapper of Noah Boyd. 2:20 to go in the first period. And of course, saw several good plays again. Titan fans have to be liking see that. Once Nelson Hicks gets his confidence, he is the player that lights up the building, and we've seen that so far tonight. Jack Arsenault can't get to it, and the puck comes back. Here's Johnson again. Johnson throwing it over in the corner. It's played by number 10 for beneath McNaughton. Arsenault on it. Control goes back to the point, and Robichaud. Jack Arsenault tries to play, or Thomas Coombs, tries to play it, but he gets the stick batted away. It's shuffled at net by Robichaud. A little bit wide, and Noah Boyd would glove it down anyway, give him a chance to get the line change in. With just under 2 minutes, 1:59 to be exact to go in the first period. That draw now won by beneath McNaughton, number 19, Alex Mold on the faceoff with Mold again throwing it at net. And we saw Smith in there fighting for it too, but Noah Boyd able to control. Several whistles, of course, that might be what you're looking for beneath McNaughton. Several whistles. You know these AAA teams are good at setting up plays. And that's what we're looking to see as Parsons shuffled it over to Estabrooks. Estabrooks back to Parsons. Parsons leak pass to Connor Cadman, but he can't reach it. And it goes forward by Connor Wood. Connor Wood forced to throw it forward. Connor Cadman fighting for it with number 47 for beneath McNaughton. And that's thrown the length of the ice for an icing call. So that was Connor Martin, not Connor Wood, on the puck there earlier. just before the puck was iced by Nathan Archibald. And we got a whistle here. It looks like Bernice McNaughton will take their 30-second timeout. Now, of course, for those unaware, most levels of hockey, you get only one timeout per game. High school, of course, at least in New Brunswick, the NBIA allows one timeout per period per team. So each team has used theirs in the first period, but they will get one more each in the second and one more each in the third. Now, of course, you got to be thinking at this point, what would be the message for both teams if you're Bernice McNaughton? Face off in your end. You can see they've got their top line out offensively. On defense, they have Jesse Estabrooks out, the more offensive of their two defensemen. Are you trying to think of something to pop one quick, get to the other end, or are you trying to talk about the clearing strategy? Of course, 1:32 left, so maybe just a chance to rest their legs, as we do see both Thomas Johnson and Brady Wood back on, who were both on that last shift, as Johnson can't control the face-off against Cadman, but he does win it forward, as Joe Carpenter on the puck went to battle. Carpenter in Cadman's office. Can't get to the puck. Ryan Estabrooks takes a nice hit there from Noah Robichaux. And now in the rush in, here's Johnson. Thomas Johnson throws it over, it's caught up in the skates of Adam Hall, as Hall back on defense. Joe Carpenter tries to hit, can't get to it. Puck controlled by Harrison Trimble. Thomas Johnson, no, sorry. That is That is number 16. That is Nathan Dryden with the move there. Dryden again. Back to Brady Wood. Brady Wood throws it back to the point over number 7. Over to Noah Robichaux. And Robichaux can't control number 7. That's Jack Goodstree. Connor Cadman now chasing it forward. And that will be Captain Tantramar possession. Ryan Estabrooks over, Connor Cadman. Cadman chance out in front to Jesse Estabrooks. He shoots, he scores! Tantramar off another turnover. And it'll be 3-zip with 37 seconds to go in the first. And another turnover, and we talked about Riley Estabrooks, the systematic player, that high hockey IQ. He knows that if he throws it back to Cadman, he knew the Trimble defenseman would have to stop and turn around and play Cadman, giving Cadman the space to throw that to Estabrooks. And he puts it into the net, top corner. And Tantramar has a 3-goal lead as Parsons throws it ahead for Trent Arsenault. Arsenault hit hard by number 43. That is another good hit for Harrison Trimble. 43, that is, excuse me, I'm just going down my game day lineup here. I'll get that right at the end. Parsons, D to D with Weir, 15 seconds to go. Weir behind the net to Parsons again. Parsons throwing it forward. Trent Arsenault doesn't pick it up, but will go the length of the ice, and that will be icing. What? Yeah. BMHS. Arsenault winning that draw back. Jesse Estabrooks behind the net with 3 seconds to go. And time will expire in the first period. Of course, 43, that was Gavin Weir on the nice hit earlier. I do want to recognize that was a nice hit. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It took me a while to find that on the Naughton game day sheet. But that'll be it for the first period, folks. We are going to take a break, but I would like to announce that tomorrow night's girls game, we will have our first intermission report of the period, as during the second intermission, I'll be joined by Chris Vogels as we will review the action so far in the game. We'll have analysis of that, as well as commentary on the MLB offseason and current NFL season. So join us for that tomorrow, intermission show with Chris Vogels. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. First why it's happening. I've never had an issue with saying the previous school before. I will do my best to correct it here in this second period of action from the Tantramar Veterans Memorial Civic Center. Tantramar leading 3-0 going into the second period. But of course, if you're both schools, you do like what you've seen. Beneath McNaughton, very good systematically. Lots of chances, but turnovers in their own end led to 2 of the 3 goals, and just the discipline, 3 penalties in the first period compared to 0 for the Titans, and of course 2 of those penalties leading to 2 of the tallies that you see on the Tantramar side of the scoreboard. As we get ready, it'll be Thomas Johnson versus Connor Cadman for the opening draw. Duncan Smith and 16, Nathan Dryden with him to start. And it'll be Brady Connor with Gavin Weaver on defense. And that draw won by Bernice McNaughton. And Weaver throws it forward. And it's chipped into the Tantramar zone. Doucette on the puck, cannot control it. No, sorry, not Doucette. That was 16, dang it. Into the Tantramar zone, that was number 16, sorry. Nathan Dryden. Puck thrown in front, Estabrook throws it at the net. And patted aside by Branscombe, and he knocks his own net off. Of course, I do apologize again for messing up the Bernice McNaughton names. I am trying to become fluent with that. Dryden, Nathan Dryden, number 16. He's handled the puck a lot tonight for the Highlanders. So I'll try to get that from now on. Johnson in for the face-off again as that top line remains on for Beneath McNaughton. It's Arsenault on for Tantramar. Parsons tries to play it with his skate, and it's Wood able to get it just out of the zone. Now here comes Dryden. Dryden off the leg of Jesse Estabrooks. He had Thomas Johnson out in front. That was a scary combination as Keaton Trenham chipped it forward. And Wood plays it. Here comes Jesse Estabrooks after picking it up. Throws it back. Trent Arsenault hammered it wide. And that puck will come out and all the way back in the Tantramar zone. Ben Weir throwing it forward. Jack Arsenault now carrying the puck. Jack Arsenault looking for Trent Arsenault just out of his reach. And now will be whistled down and Nathan calling it the Tantramar, and a couple fans in this building aren't happy about it. Well behind center when it was shot, but perhaps thinking that the Bernice McNaughton defense was a little slow back on the puck. And it'll be number 71, Branscombe in on the face-off for McNaughton. He'll win it, throw it over in the corner, number 11, Han Lee. Han Lee can't come up with it as Justin Jacques skates around the corner, throwing it, looking for Nelson Hicks, but that's just out of his reach. And again, those are the passes that once you start to see Nelson Hicks get a hold of those, you literally had a one-on-one. And once Tantramar tightens up a little bit, gets rid of the sloppiness, that there is what you're looking to see. Of course, that pass just a foot ahead of him, so much better than we saw in the first game. Of course, on a long-range pass, too, for Jacques, who's playing hockey for the first time in 2 years. So much better than the previous game, and they'll take that as Jacques again throwing it for Hicks. That'll go just under his stick, and icing waved off this time. Elliot Hicks in on the forecheck. That's thrown over by Beneath McNaughton into the corner. That'll be Patrick Mann. No, he can't get to it. Hang out the corner. Thrown ahead for number 13 for Beneath McNaughton. And he can't get to it. It's Jacques throwing it around the boards again. This time to Elliot Hicks. And Corey Gould able to tap it out of the zone. Here's Justin Jacques again. Can't reach a turnover to Branscombe, but Noah Boyd able to pick it out in front again. Another chance for the Highlanders. But it can't be picked up. Han Lee on the puck. Pass over to Camden Branscombe. Camden Branscombe now for Weaver. Weaver with the puck. Corey Gould able to bat it aside. And Leo take it again. First penalty coming up against the Titans of the game. And it'll be Gould going off for tripping. And it'll come over and be touched by Elliot Hicks. And Corey Gould will go off for the trip. And we'll see our first Titan penalty kill and our first Highlander power play of this game. No, it won't be Corey Gould going off. It will be Elliot Hicks. So, of course, that's better for the Titans as Corey Gould one of the top penalty killing forwards over the last 2 seasons for the Titans. There'll be Hicks on the trip. And Bernice McNaughton's power play unit will go to work. Jack Johnson winning the face, or Thomas Johnson, sorry, winning the face-off. Back to Weaver. Weaver slides it over. Shot by Robichaud. But it goes off the leg of Jack Arsenault. And Weaver forced to retreat into his own zone. Arsenault pressuring hard. Jack Arsenault behind the net. Leaving the pressure on Robichaud. Can't find the right move. And Thomas Johnson, yes, forced to go all the way back into his own zone. Keaton Trenholm with a quick stick check. Forces Thomas Johnson in the corner against Jesse Estabrooks. Dropped off in the corner now for Dryden. Dryden behind his own net. Throwing it over past Mrs. Honley. Goes back to the point for Weaver. Weaver quick shot off the leg of Jack Arsenault into the corner. Keaton Trenholm trying to get on it, but it goes to Thomas Johnson. Thomas Johnson. Johnson being given lots of space by the Tantramar Titans. Thrown out in front to Dryden. Dryden back to Johnson. But that back picked up by Jesse Estabrooks. Oh, turnover at the point. And here comes Dryden. Dryden shoots and blocked aside by Noah Boyd. Dryden in the corner. A minute remaining now. The penalty to Elliot Hicks. Dryden off the stick of Jesse Estabrooks. And Tantramar. No, Estabrooks cannot gain control. Here's number 10. Throwing it across. That was Brady Wood on the puck. And Tantramar will now clear as Keaton Trenholm able to chip it out. And Tantramar will get fresh legs. Corey Gould and Nelson Hicks down back. Or up front, sorry. And Jesse Estabrooks and Ben Weir on the back end. As Tantramar finishes off this penalty kill with 30 seconds to go. Wood on the puck. No, sorry, that's Connor. No, that was Wood. Puck thrown now over to Doucette. Duncan Doucette. Or sorry, it was Duncan Smith. Sorry, that was Smith on the board. Duncan Smith gets it to Corey Gould, tying it up. Shot at net for Bernice McNaughton. That's patted down. Puck thrown back to the point. Number 5, Connor Martin on the puck. And he shifts it forward. It's thrown. The rebound thrown at net by Duncan Smith. But right into the trapper of Noah Boyd with 2 seconds to go on the penalty to Elliot Hicks. So, of course, if you're Bernice McNaughton, you do have a play. Still leaving that second power play unit on with Camden Branscombe at center and Duncan Smith on the wing there. That'll do it at the penalty as Connor Chapman chips it out of the zone. And these teams back to 5-on-5 hockey. Elliot Hicks goes right to the bench, and it's Riley Estabrooks coming on. Estabrooks also getting a chance there, but it'll go forward, and Connor Martin will carry it into the Tantramar zone. Quickly caught up in the skate of Connor Chapman. Bounced out quickly. Bernice McNaughton had a tag, but Camden Branscombe will touch it, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Connor Chapman swipes early. No, doesn't get kicked out of the face-off earlier. You got to be a little bit mad at that one if you're Bernice McNaughton. They've been kicked out of the face-off circle twice now, and Chapman with the early swipe there, and gets away with it. Jesse Estabrooks in the corner. Estabrooks throws it ahead to Joe Carpenter. Joe Carpenter, quick chip pass out. But it goes back to the Harrison Tremble D, and here's Weaver. Weaver chipping off the boards, kept in by Jesse Estabrooks. Now here's a chance for Tantramar. Estabrooks over to Riley Estabrooks. Jesse Estabrooks to Riley Estabrooks, but he can't corral it. Jesse Estabrooks on the wraparound try. Tried to feed Carpenter. It went off of Bernice McNaughton's skate. Joe Carpenter back into the corner, throws to the point. Slap shot by Adam Hall, chipped out in front by Riley Estabrooks. But it can't find its way in. Joe Carpenter into the corner now. Hit by Riley Estabrooks on Weaver. And it'll be Duncan Smith chipping it forward. Adam Hall right back into the zone, and that's going to be an icing call. No, offside, and it's waved off against the Titans. That pass thrown way ahead by number 19, that is Alex Mullet, for Bernice McNaughton, and an icing call, but of course they wanted that to change. You can change after an icing call in high school hockey. There's sometimes exceptions. Tournaments are allowed to change that rule, as some tournaments will, and make you stay on after an icing call. But in league play and most tournaments, you are allowed to change in New Brunswick high school hockey, and Bernice McNaughton does so there. Braid Finney chips it forward at net, and is patted aside by Branscombe. And number 44, that is Nathan Archibald, throwing out. Chance out in front now, Patrick Shipley. Corey Gould on it, and Patrick Shipley can't get a stick on the second try. Wood will clear that. And here comes Dryden up center, but Joey Parsons there. Dryden able to get past Parsons on the second try. Parsons going to control the puck, and he'll go back in the corner with it with Braden Finney. Huge hit there by Corey Gould, but the puck still went back underneath McNaughton, and it was a chance out there for Thomas Johnson if he could control it. Another chance out in front, the bouncing puck. Wood on it, centered it, and patted aside by Noah Boyd, and Corey Gould finally clears the zone. Icing call that will be waved off, and Noah Archibald will be forced to play it. He's got Shipley on him. Shipley off, not to go for the check. And Robichaud will continue to skate the puck. Robichaud in wide, gets his own rebound, and Noah Boyd with a nice butterfly save there. Patrick Shipley in. Can't control the puck. It's hit back the corner. Braden Finney tried to play it. It went far side. Puck comes out again. Just hard enough to get out as hammered around by Parsons. And now Harris, or beneath McNaughton, will throw it into the Tantramar zone. Braden Finney hoping to settle things down. Shuffle forward again. Tantramar desperately needs to change on defense here. They've been on for almost a minute. Jack Arsenault will shuffle it the other way, near side. Patrick Shipley. And against number 22, Ben Connor for the Trojans. Noah Boyd sets that one aside. Probably should have held on for the whistle, but he elects not to. As he Trent Arsenault on there now. Forced forward by a good chance there for Bernice McNaughton off a bad bounce. And Tantramar desperately needs out of this shift. Puck goes off a leg and comes out. And Tantramar still not able to get their stick. Goes to Joey Parsons, and he's just going to hammer this one down. Yes, he will. Parsons, smart enough to know he needs to call. They gets waved off. And you saw Parsons and Finney starting to take the time getting to the bench. And that almost turned out bad if that would have been a quick turnaround. That puck's thrown out. It'll be Ben Weir won't be able to keep it in. And Weir will hammer it into the zone. Back to number 22, Ben Connor. Connor throwing it forward. Number 10 it looks like. No, sorry, not number 10. As beneath McNaughton goes forward. That was Camden. Keaton Trenham on it now. Trenham trying to skate it out. He's got Branscombe on him, and Trenham throws it forward, and it's patted down by Mason Branscombe, and he'll hang on for the whistle. .11:22 to go in the second period. The score, Tantramar 3, beneath McNaughton nothing for those of you who joined us late. And that face-off. Try up there, comes out, Tantramar comes to the puck. Connor Cadman tried a quick shifty move out there in front. He had space, but it goes right to Camden. Cadman knocked down late, and Carpenter not happy about it. He'll go over and have his words with number 44. That is Nathan Archibald. But the linesman will intervene, and Teeth will skate their way. Good chance by Cadman out in front trying to work those tight hands and make something out of nothing. The puck comes back. Jesse Esbrooks hammered that at net, but gloved down by Mason Branscombe. Of course, Esbrooks we see on that slap shot. That's definitely been something he's worked on the last 2 years, been a slap shot. More of a wrister we've seen from him come through the minor hockey system, but in high school developing that slap shot. And we saw in that last one that puck comes out front. Adam Hall trying to get to Connor Cadman, but Cadman can't get a stick on. That one's thrown out in front, but it'll be Dryden will take it the other way. Carpenter will stop him challenge. Estabrook and Tantramar will continue to play the dump and chase game. Brant's come out to play it. Cadman wins the race for it. That almost turned out bad, but Carpenter couldn't get a stick on it, and Brant's going now. Time to recover. Out in front, Riley Estabrook throw quickly at net. Again to Estabrook, another shot, tapped wide. Connor Cadman throwing quickly at net. Carpenter out in front. Still another save made by Branscombe. Estabrook's forcing it forward. Branscombe the save, and number 43. Again, coming over there, it's Gavin Weir. Will clear Riley Estabrook's out there, who is looking for the rebound. Another good chance for that first line. And, of course, Ian Cadman, graduate last year, we saw on that line with Cadman and Carpenter. As that line didn't come in as the first line, came in as the number 2 line, ended up being the most offensively productive. And a lot of people around Sackville, you hear the conversations going at the coffee shops already at what a good replacement for Ian Cadman Riley Estabrook is. Had that puck batted down. Number 13, that is Josh Flynn, for beneath McNaughton, pleading his case with the lineman, saying he touched it. But it has been whistled down, and it'll go the length of the ice with an icing call against the Highlanders. I think he did get a piece of that. It looked to me like the angle changed. But nonetheless, the face-off will go into the beneath McNaughton end. Corey Gould able to push Camden forward, and Tantramar controls the puck. Nelson Hicks throwing it around the boards. Elliot Hicks played over to Corey Gould, who turned it over, and now beneath McNaughton in control. Noah Archibald. Behind the net, Elliot Hicks able to play it down, but Archibald will throw it right back out to Braden Finney, and again Tantramar will continue to play a dumb chase game. Almost a bad bounce there for beneath McNaughton, who will ice the puck. No, it'll be waved off, and Braden Finney back there to play it. Almost another bad bounce out in front, leading to another goal. But they just barely got out of it, and this time there will be an icing call. It'll be against the Titans, as Arsenault couldn't win the race to that one. Ernie Austin now pleading a case with the ref that maybe that they could have touched it, but of course maybe you call that one to even out the calls, as there was an unjust icing call on beneath McNaughton on the previous shift, as Connor plays it over to Smith or to Johnson. Johnson gets a shot at net. A Tantramar took over risky pass there by Justin Jacques, or by Trent Arsenault, sorry. As Justin Jacques skates up the boards now, and Keaton Trenham attempts to throw it over to Arsenault, but it goes off, and beneath McNaughton skate to the line, not out. Ben Weir will be forced to retreat. Weir, risky pass up in front, another good chance off a turnover. As Johnson had a good shot out in front, but he couldn't get time to shoot where he wanted to shoot. Keaton Trenham skates it loosely into the zone. And that puck's thrown over to the far side. It's number 9. Out in front, sorry. That is number 91, whose name we do not have on the game sheet that I can see. Justin Jacques on in the far corner. Jacques has Riley Esbrook there to help him, but he still can't come up with it. Now Connor Cadman will, and he'll skate, and the Tantramar will start their breakout. They'll be forced to retreat. Ben Weir again play that dump and chase game at net, and Branscombe will be able to pad that down. And that'll be thrown quickly up the boards, but it'll be right up the center to Noah Boyd. But Jesse Esterbrook's take it before it reaches the net. Number 12, Thomas Johnson in there, fighting for it. Riley Esbrook's hit by Johnson at turnover, and a good shot there by Wood, sorry. And a chance there. Wood on it now. Throws it back to the point. Number 3 throws it over to Weaver. Weaver taken down by Joe Carpenter, and Riley Esbrook's able to clear the zone. Joe Carpenter now ahead, can't get to the puck. He was caught up, wasn't able to straddle the line, and we get a whistle down as it'll be offside against the Tantramar Titans. '91 is Noah Lafferty, who we saw skating the puck earlier for beneath McNaughton. That puck goes over and thrown forward by Robichaud. Huge hit by Jory Parsons on Brady Wood, and there's going to be a penalty for that one, and the Tantramar bench does not like it. What's the call? Interference will be the call. Parsons is arguing that he had the puck, but he'll go off. And the Tantramar fans are conceding now that it might have been a call. So Parsons will go off for interference, and beneath McNaughton will get another try, and they'll call their timeout right before this. Not a big fan of the decision to call timeout here. Now, of course, if you score a goal, it's a coaching decision of the game. If you score a goal, that decision to call the timeout was genius. But should you fail to score here, you've You've just put the thought in your team's head that the reason you called this timeout is because you think you need a goal here, which is simply not the case. There's still a full period of hockey to play. You've still got 7 minutes left in this period. Not a big fan of the decision to call a timeout here by Bernice McNaughton, but they make it nonetheless. What? Jory. Of course, conversation here. Some Tantramar fans still against it, as we had one fan there talking to me about the penalty. So here we go. Johnson in for the face-off. He's got Dryden out there with him, and Lee on the far side. No, sorry, not Lee, it's Wood. Wood plays it over to Johnson. Johnson in the corner, trying to get some quick hands. Chipped out in front, Dryden at net, and Noah Boyd able to glove that down. Of course, Dryden in the corner, throwing out front to Johnson. Of course, that's those types of plays are the plays you're looking for. You're not going to get a good shot that Noah Boyd can't see. You need that type of quick play. This is one of the top goaltenders in high school hockey. A good shot there by Robichaux off the stick and then off the post as it goes in the corner to Dryden. Back to the point, Weaver almost fans on it, but so does Hicks, and it doesn't come out. Nelson Hicks fighting for it in the corner with 3 Highlanders, and that puck get whistled down for a frozen puck. Wood and Esterbrook's getting a little bit handsy there. After the fact, well, the ref will calm that down, and we'll get a whistle. The face-off will stay inside the Tantramar end, I do believe. Face-off won by Tantramar, but not controlled. Now here's Johnson. Thomas Johnson throws it in the corner. Here's Wood. Wood challenged by Justin Jocks. And Jesse Esterbrook's now over to challenge Johnson. No, sorry, Dryden. Throw in the corner again to Wood, and Justin Jocks will get this one. They'll go back to the point. And number 5, that is Connor Martin, was forced to retreat. Now into the zone. Here's Dryden. Dryden behind the net. He's hit by Esterbrook, and Esterbrook's able to come up the puck. Wood in will fight for it too, and so will Johnson. And again, 3-on-1. And we're talking now to 2-on-1. We're talking now, and a 3-on-1 again, and Jesse Esterbrook still holding on to the puck. And that's why the team likes it so much. Quick shot out in front. But Thomas Johnson cannot find the room. Puck goes back to the point. Brady Connor throws it over off the quick skate, and Corey Gould will clear the puck. Brady Connor looking to set up a play, but he couldn't find the play he wanted as it's cleared with 20 seconds to go in the Titan penalty kill. Puck thrown up ahead now to number 19. That is Alex Mullet. Mullet over to Branscombe, and he hammers one just high of the net. Quick tip that net there by number 11, but Noah Boyd able to get his pad on it. As Han Lee was able to get that tip. Puck comes back to the point now for number 5, Connor Martin. Connor Martin throwing it up, looking for Mullet, but Joe Carpenter in there. Team's back now to 5-on-5. Joe Carpenter behind the net. Out to Connor Cadman over to Riley Esterbrook, but he can't get to it. And the puck goes now to Connor Cadman. Cadman with Branscombe on him. Here's Riley Esterbrook. Riley Esterbrook, nice move there to keep control of it. Puck on the front, Joe Carpenter, we have a whistle there. Not sure why there was a whistle, the net's potentially off. Carpenter able to put it in after the fact where the whistle had blown. And yes, it was because the net was off. Of course, Connor Cadman has to be one of the Connor Cadman's unique style of game. We saw it there. Those Sidney Crosby like 3, 4, maximum 10 to 12 foot passes. And they talk about what a hard player Sidney Crosby is to play with, and that there's what you see from Connor Cadman, maximizing his game off those hard to make passes, using that extremely high hockey IQ. And that's what we saw there on that last shift. As the puck comes back to the point, Braden Finney throwing that one at net just a little bit wide, and Branscombe will drove it down anyway and get a whistle. Jack Arsenault able to win the face-off. Thrown forward. Attempts to throw it forward, and puck comes back to the point. Braden Finney chips it in again. Here's Trent Arsenault now. He'll end up throwing the body. Out in front, Keaton Trenum falls down, hauls down the goalie. Beneath McNaughton wants a penalty, and Branscombe looks to be hurt. As Keaton Trenum fell inadvertently and into the beneath McNaughton goaltender, and he is slow to get up. Of course, Mason Branscombe, we've seen him put the highlight reel together so far tonight. Lots of nice saves. And this will be a big loss for Beneath McNaughton should he need to leave a game. The trainer is coming out. And we'll see if he's able to stay in, of course. Thomas Johnson pleading for a goaltender interference penalty. But to be honest, he got tied up with a Beneath McNaughton defender. Of course, we do not have instant replay technology, so we can't show that to you. As Branscombe looks to be skating it off, he'll stay in the hockey game. So that's good news for Beneath McNaughton. With 4:39 to go here in the second period. Second period, a lot different than the first. First period, we saw lots of whistles. Not so much in the second period. It's been end-to-end action. Here's Cadman in for Johnson for the face-off. Cadman wins it. And the puck plays around. There's a turnover. And here's the chance now. Number 13 in alone. 13 throws it wide. That was number 13 was not straight sure who that was. And now here's Thomas Coombs able to clear. Nelson Hicks able to clear the zone. Back, here's Weaver. Weaver throws it forward to Connor, throws it backwards, and picked off Connor Cadman in the zone. Cadman. Played by number 12. That's number 12, that's Thomas Johnson. Over number 13, that's Josh Flynn. Flynn throws it forward, and Esterbrook has to pick it up. Jesse Esterbrook able to play it forward. Here's Weaver from beneath McNaughton. He's hit by Esterbrook. Weaver was looking to attempt to jump it in, but he can't pick it up. Thomas Coombs and Corey Gould both give chase, and we have an inverted window. They have a penalty call coming up now, as Corey Gould and Thomas Coombs both following Duncan Smith over and appearing to have some words. Looks like the penalty. Still not sure of the penalties to. Looks like it's going to be to Patrick Shipley as you see him skating over toward the box, and Corey Gould. Looks like they're going to take two for Tantramar and one for Bernice McNaughton. Nope, Corey Gould skating away. Looks like it's going to be coincidentals here as Patrick Shipley and Duncan Smith going off. 13 was Josh Flynn that had the chance earlier. Again, I do apologize to any Bernice McNaughton fans watching this stream. For my hesitation with that name. Looks like there might be another penalty here coming to Bernice McNaughton. Yes, it will be. As number 13, that is Josh Flynn, who we saw with the chance earlier, will go off. As Esterbrook and Goodstree will have conversations with the ref. Here they throw. It looks like Tantramar will come out. As of right now, the extra penalty is on the Beneath McNaughton side of the board, so Tantramar will come out of this with a power play. So after all that, Tantramar with the man advantage. I'm going to stop the commentary for a second and listen as the public address announcer gives us the calls, and I'm still not sure what the calls were. Puck quickly cleared by Bernice McNaughton. Jesse Esterbrook gives chase. Again, I will be slightly pausing my commentary when they make the announcement of the penalties so that I can sort that all out to you shortly after. Here's Esterbrook now behind his own net. Jesse Esterbrook throwing it up the side. Joe Carpenter can't get to it. And it's Mullet will dump it into the corner. Here's Jory Parsons. Tantramar wants to try to get this back down to the Beneath McNaughton zone so they can set up their power play. But the Beneath McNaughton penalty killer is doing a good job early. As Han Lee for throw. So the penalty, so you get Shipley for slashing, and the beneath McNaught penalty, there's one for spearing, one for slashing. So, I looked at it probably Shipley for slashing, then a retaliation by another player, then a retaliation by a third man in. Results in this Tantramar power play with 2:48 to go. 1:03 left in that power play as Arsenault lose that face-off to Branscombe. But able to control the puck now as he sets to set this play. Jack Arsenault out in front. Trent Arsenault shot and what a glove save, helicopter style by Mason Branscombe. Mason Branscombe again, been a highlight reel so far for this beneath McNaught team. Had a couple bad bounces, struggled to control the puck a couple times, but got lucky. But boy, has he stopped a lot of shots that you would not expect to be stopped. As Keaton Trenham controls the puck now behind the net, again looking for Arsenault. Arsenault can't get to it. That was Trent Arsenault that couldn't get to it, sorry, as Jack Arsenault does. Puck goes back to the point. Jesse Estabrook's able to control it, throws it, looking for Ben Weir, but Branscombe able to get to it. Tap it down, but Weir will eventually take control and throw it wide. Trent Arsenault becoming tangled up with Weaver on the far side. No, sorry, not with Weaver, with Doucette. And that puck's hammered back down into Jesse Estabrook. Here's Jack Arsenault now. Jack Arsenault able to wheel his way in. Arsenault now over to Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks in the zone. Hicks able to skirt by Branscombe. Nelson Hicks throwing that one quickly back out in front to Jack Arsenault. And a save made by Branscombe, but back to the point. Here's Joey Parsons. Parsons firing that one at net. Tipped by Keaton Trenham, but gobbled up by Mason Branscombe. 1 second to go, so Tantramar will have the time to set up a quick play, but it will almost immediately return to 5-on-5 after the whistle. Now, of course, Shipley and one of the two beneath McNaught players will have to wait for a whistle, as there was coincidental, so they played 5-on-4. As Weir hammered it back around, now here's Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks trying to play it for Corey Gould, didn't see it, and here it goes the other way. Dryden over for Lee. Lee attempts to drop it for Wood, but end up going to Robichaud. That's hammered off the stick and deflected up into the mesh netting, and now we get whistles as Flynn and Shipley return to the ice now with 1:25 to go in the second period. Johnson on now, he's got Dryden with him, and Wood on the far side. Connor Martin on defense with Noah Robichaud. Here's Wood. Wood throws it out in front. Here's Connor Martin. Martin intentionally wide. That was attempted to be a pass for Wood, but Wood couldn't get to it. Sorry for Martin. It's thrown. Robichaud back to Martin. Martin shoots, he scores. No, so off a post. Beneath McNaughton thought they scored, but it went off a post and behind the net. I thought he scored too. Connor Cadman forward. Dryden able to get a turnover. Here comes Dryden shot. Rebound, and Boyd able to get a save across and deny Thomas Johnson. As that puck iced by Justin Jacques, and we get a stoppage in play. As Dryden screwing around, and Dryden is going to take a misconduct penalty. Screwing around with Justin Jacques, and just like that, Bernice McNaughton is shorthanded again. Simple indiscipline. And Tantramar going back to the power play, and there might be another one coming. As the entire rink can hear the Bernice McNaughton bench right now. Has the coaching staff not happy. Of course, there's a total gray area. Of course, a total gray area with that in high school hockey. Some refs will allow a slight amount of taunting. Some refs have zero tolerance policy. But we did see Johnson reaching out as if he was trying to pinch the cheek or make some type of reference there to Justin Jacques. And it looks like Jacques heading off now too. Not sure what that is. But there's no penalty on the board, so perhaps just equipment issues. We'll try to get a check on that. Yes, you can see Sam Bury heading over, and Jacques seems to be pointing towards his elbow pad. So we'll get a check on that during the intermission as Parson shuffled it across Estabrook. 37 seconds to go as Tantramar ices the puck on the power play. But let's talk about that save by Noah Boyd earlier. Of course, Noah Boyd played AAA coming through the minor hockey system. Well, didn't always play AAA. Started off, and Adam started off as a forward, not always a goaltender. And of course, as he made his transition, no, I thought he played forward. And sorry, I'm being corrected by his parents. I thought someone told me Noah Boyd started as a forward. I am being corrected by that. But of course, playing AAA through the minor system, came to Tantramar, played and played high school hockey in grade 10, and he's been lights out for the Titans ever since. Joey Parson throwing that over to Jack Arsenault. Jack Arsenault now carrying it into the Tantramar zone. Over to Trent Arsenault. Arsenault has to feed back, get the shot at net, tipped just high. And it's played over to the corner. And that'll do it. In your second period, here a little bit chipping at the end. We'll try to get an update on Justin Johnson, why he went off. But we'll take a break. Oh no, another whistle here. Perhaps a penalty coming. And after the whistle, penalty to Bernice McNaughton, or maybe just a warning whistle. As it looks real good, so we'll take a break. We'll try to get an update for you on Justin Jocks, and we'll be back after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the third period. Tantramar will start it on the power play after the misconduct call at the end. And we do see Justin Jocks has returned to the Tantramar bench, so we can only assume that it was just an equipment issue. As we get ready for our third period of play here from the Tantramar Veterans Memorial Civic Center. Of course, top line to start on the penalty kill for Bernice McNaught, and of course, minus Johnson, who's currently sitting in the penalty box for taunting, as Cadman winning that face-off to Carpenter, the unguarded winger. Carpenter into the zone, but the puck will stick. And a lucky break there for Bernice McNaughton, as that gives Connor Martin a chance to dump it down ice. Brady Wood in the corner, and the puck sticking again. They're going to have to get a new puck. As Esterbrook sliding for it, and now penalty coming up to Jesse Esterbrook. Looks like it'll probably be for boarding or head contact. Head contact will be the call. Esterbrook is going off, and that'll put into the Titan power play as we'll play 4-on-4. I guess the bright side for this, for both teams, that they can get a new puck, because obviously water left on that puck. As it's thick and crazy, and neither team wants that. You want this game to be decided by the players, not because the puck froze and led to a bad turnover. So 4-on-4. Dryden out there. He's got Weaver on defense with Robichaud. And Wood will stay on. So Dryden the only fresh set of legs. Of course, Dryden's the guy you want out there 4-on-4. We've seen his puck handling and skating skills. Of course, both these teams have the personnel to play 4-on-4. Nelson Hicks, you can see on for Tantramar. That's the first name that comes to mind. Jack Arsenault will probably be the second. When you think of Tantramar 4-on-4. Now, of course, Jesse Esterbrook's the guy on defense you want off. He's the guy in the box. Now, of course, Thomas Johnson, never a bad guy to have on the ice if you're Bernice McNaughton, but his style of play is not necessarily the style of play you look for 4-on-4. Han Lee, on the other hand, I'd look to see him on 4-on-4. He's the guy you're looking to see. A guy who with a lot of space out there can bust some moves. As they say, that's going to be a 4-minute penalty now to Jesse Esterbrook. So Tantramar is going to have to kill off a long one. As Esterbrook looks like the elbow to the head there on Weaver in the corner. And this one could be costly for Tantramar. Of course, Esterbrook's had discipline issues over the years. It's been his one downfall. The player, great skater, can shoot, can hit. Very good offensive defense, very good defensive defenseman, but an undisciplined penalty there. And we'll see, could this turn controversial? Or not, could this turn consequential to the Tantramar Titans? As Dryden in for the faceoff. Nathan Dryden able to win that faceoff back. Here's Weaver. Weaver throws it over to Robichaud. Robichaud at net. Pad saved by Boyd. Jack Arsenault will take the time to skate it. Arsenault chipped it ahead. Nelson Hicks. But Robichaud had a step on him, and a good chance. Nelson Hicks almost had his first breakaway of high school hockey. Ben Weaver back to play it as Wood comes into the zone. Wood, this kid can really fly. Tries to throw it over to Dryden. It goes off the skate. Now it will. Dryden has to drop it for Weaver. Weaver will attempt to step out in front now. Another penalty coming. It's going to be a slash to Wood. No, a high stick to Wood. This one got right up in the head. This one might be a 4-minute one too. But that'll do it to the 4-on-4 as Tantramar will eventually go to a 4-on-3. And we'll see if it'll be a 4-on-3 that'll go back to 4-on-4 and then back to the power play. Yes, it will. It'll be a 2-minute penalty. So that's something interesting to see. For the next 3 minutes and 27 seconds, we will always be on special teams of some sort. However, for the next 16 seconds, it'll be a 4-on-3 for Tantramar. It'll then go back to being a 4-on-4, and then for a minute and 27 seconds, there will be a Bernice McNaughton power play. Puck comes over to the corner. Jory Parson able to throw that one net. Rebound, Connor Cadman over to Joe Carpenter, and that one scooped up by Mason Branscombe. So 8 seconds to go in the original taunting penalty to Dryden. So it'll then be 4-on-4. And of course, you get Dryden out. Not Dryden. to Johnson. So you get one of your top offensive players back. Just after this, Adam Hall chipping that one wide. Joe Carpenter after it in the corner, and that'll do it in the penalty to Johnson. So it'll now be 4-on-4 for the next minute, 27 seconds. Joey Parsons throws that one out. Connor Cadman behind the net. Cadman with lots of space. Back to the point, Joey Parsons. Throw that net, Connor Cadman now behind the net. He's all kinds of room. Cadman with the wraparound, he scores! And Tantramar takes the 4-0 lead. And that'll give him some insurance here early in the third period. As Cadman scores a minute and 31 seconds in. Tantramar 4, Beneath McNaughton nothing. Right off the bat, a bad bounce there, and Cadman able to wrap it around. Branscombe not able to get over, and Cadman puts it into the net. Here's that face-off won by Corey Gould, and Justin Jocks throws it ahead. So these teams remain at 4-on-4, as here's Dryden with the puck. Dryden skating it in. Hit by Justin Jocks, been able to stay up. Jocks actually went down on that one. Dryden now throws it back to the point, number 14. Thrown block shot by Ben Weir. Into the corner, and Noah Boyd has it underneath on number 13. That was Josh Flynn with the shot. No, sorry, that was number 14, my mistake. 14 is Michael Doucette. With a good shot there, had time to pick a corner, he elected to throw it quickly, and it was blocked down by Ben Weir. A minute, 6 seconds to go in the penalty beneath McNaughton, and then they will see a 5-on-4 power play. Cadman with the goal. Of course, we talked earlier, Cadman with those short passes. Out there is Carpenter, and they're able to get something done 4-on-4. Corey Gould cannot win that face-off as Johnson wins it back. Thrown at net by Robichaud. Loose puck out in front. Johnson trying to get a stick on it. So is Weir, so is Jacques. That puck comes loose. Robichaud hammered at net. Pad saved by Noah Boyd. It goes off the stick of Justin Jocks and goes back to the point for Doucette. Doucette hammered intentionally wide, but Robichaud has a man on it, so he can't set up the play he wanted to set up. Johnson pinned against the boards by Weir, trying to let Jocks play the puck against Dryden, but he can't. As Corey Gould plays it back to Justin Jocks, has two Highlanders on him instantly. As Johnson now controls the puck. Johnson over, pad save made by Noah Boyd. Here's Dryden now. Dryden able to work it in the corner. Nathan Dryden. Turns it over, Ben Weir quickly off the boards. Robichaud can't control it. Down ice. Keaton Trenham tied up by Robichaud. Falls down. Connor Cadman now to get it offside, waved off. And Tantramar able to control it, but they are now a man short. Hit there by Johnson. Goes back to the point. Joey Parsons able to keep it in. Try to pass Keaton Trenham. It was way off. Trenham back, trying to shuffle it over to Cadman in front. Cadman wraps it around again. He's met there by Wood, and Wood will take it behind his own net and attempt to set up. Here's Brady Wood. Brady Wood still with it, pressured by Connor Cadman. Screen there, set by Doucette, and Branscombe brings it up the ice. Camden Branscombe forced to go back. Here's Connor with it now. Brady Connor throws it over to Weaver. Weaver into the zone. Weaver ahead, shot wide, and Jack Arsenault will win the race to that one and chip it out for Tantramar. Puck will come back to number 91, Noah Lafferty. Lafferty will take it back behind his own net. He's chased by Arsenault. 38 seconds to go in the penalty to Jesse Estabrooks. Nelson Hicks stacked up to Camden Branscombe able to force him wide to Joy Parsons, but Branscombe able to win that one. Comes in, shoots, but right to the breadbasket of Noah Boyd. And he'll hang on for a stoppage in play with 16:04 to go in the third period. Of course, Branscombe will have to get a check for the next game if there is some relation between Camden Branscombe we saw there on the rush and Nathan Branscombe, the goaltender. If any Bernice McNaughton fans want to comment that and keep us updated, as that puck there hammered wide by Weaver and right to Boyd. Hammered wide, came back out in front, and Boyd will hang on for another stoppage in play. 21 seconds to go to the penalty to Jesse Estabrooks. And then these teams will return to 5-on-5 hockey for the first time since 13 seconds remaining in the last period. That penalty won by Camden Branscombe. And it goes over to Lafferty, who throws it back to the Weaver. Weaver tries to chip it in the corner. And Lee on it. Hiram Lee throws it out in front. And a couple chances there for Lee. He can't win it. Connor Cabin there to come in front. Cabin, someone loses the stick, and it will be gives Connor Cabin, who lost the stick, continued to fight forward for the puck. As these teams now return to even strength. Lafferty in. Finney in. Hall on this. Chance out in front for Doucette, and it's padded wide by Noah Boyd. Joe Carpenter down the puck. Carpenter, puck stolen, shot at net by Weaver, and that one's gloved down in Tantramar. Gonna need a change on defense as Jesse Esterbrooks is coming on. So return to 5-on-5 hockey now. Of course, this is the first 5-on-5 hockey we're seeing all period. As that face-off won by Lee. And but it's quickly turned over, and Esterbrooks has it in the corner for Tantramar. Esterbrooks hauled down by Mullet, no call. Elliott Hicks tried to break out, can't. And that puck shuffled at net by Connor, and it's a save made by Boyd, and it goes into the corner. Shot near side, Elliott Hicks. Attempted hit on Connor, he missed by a couple feet. Check board, penalty now coming to Tantramar, or to, not sure, to Elliott Hicks with the late Hicks, and even if it was against Bernice McNaughton, he's going off. So we're either going to see a 5-on-3 or 4-on-4, or quintessentials now. Hicks broke his stick on that hit. And Mullet is down, he's slow to get up, and it looks like Hicks, no, cycling back. So it'll be Hicks for roughing, Hicks for interference. Still waiting now. There was 2 penalties called. That is number 4. No, that is number 44. Nathan Archibald, who was slow to get up there. So the call is to Hicks for interference. So not sure there was originally a penalty call. Maybe that was also against Hicks. But Tantramar will now play short. Quick shot out there for Johnson. Weir tried to clear, goes back to the point, and Robichaud would throw that at net. And now here's Dryden. Nathan Dryden throws it back to the point. Noah Robichaud shot, and Boyd will quickly deflect that up and into the mesh netting. Jocks and Weir, the penalty killing defenseman. That'll be a change now on defense as Parsons and Esterbrooks come on. And it'll be Cadman and Carpenter coming on up front as Arsenault and Hicks head off. Dryden able to win that draw. No, sorry. Johnson able to win that draw. And Dryden plays in the corner for Wood. Wood tries to gup into that corner. And now here's Johnson. Johnson with Esterbrooks on him. Working out front. Puck ends up on Jesse Esterbrooks' stick. And of course, he's quick to clear it. Deep into the Bernice McNaughton end. Connor Cadman gives chase. Joe Carpenter steps up a little bit. Carpenter will step up and play the body on Flynn. And that puck's carried forward. No, sorry, that was Weaver. He's playing the body on Weaver. Carpenter now the turnover, and Tantramar coming in now short-handed 2-on-1. Joe Carpenter over to Connor Cadman, just out of his reach, and he'll cycle back, try to play the puck control game while short. And that puck will shovel head back to Tantramar, and Parsons again will dump that in. And a good job by Tantramar to clear time. Puck thrown to Wood behind the net. Brady Wood will wait for his team to finish their line change and see if he can set up a breakup. Puck it in. There's a penalty. It's going to be a too many men on the... No. We have a whistle at some point. Yes, perhaps. Yes, a too many men on the ice call will come. Not sure against who. If Bernice McNaughton was touching the puck, you can only assume it's... And yes, it'll be a too many men on the ice call to Bernice McNaughton. That'll do it in the power play. Dryden's going off. And after the last 41 seconds of the penalty to Elliott Hicks, Tantramar will get a power play try. Face-off won by Mullet. Throws it back. On the fence to Connor Martin. Martin tries to throw it back up to Mullet. Mullet across. Now here's number 14. Number 14, Michael Doucette. Doucette into the Tantramar end. Justin Jocks seems to get out of his way. And Jocks Mo able to knock down Doucette out in front so that Tantramar can clear the zone. 16 seconds remaining. And the penalty, Elliott Hicks, and Tantramar will get a power play. Here's Lee. Lee, rink wide, looking for Doucette. Can't get it to him. And Weir will tie up Doucette, and here comes Shipley. Patrick Shipley, hit by Connor Martin, and Beneath McNaughton regains control. Thrown across. That was Doucette, or sorry, that was Archibald on it. No, that was Doucette on it, sorry. And now the puck's thrown ahead. Jory Parson will give Chase Tantramar on the power play for the next minute. Icing waved off. Jory Parsons over to Trent Arsenault. Arsenault back to Parsons, but he'll bounce behind the net. Parsons can't get to it. And Esterbrook will be forced to retreat. Esterbrook, he'll chip that over to Parsons. Parsons again bobbles it. And finally, Jory Parsons has control of the puck as Tantramar intended to give it to him 20 seconds ago. Parsons throws it ahead. Here's Keaton Trenham. Keaton Trenham, he's hit by Johnson. Johnson will throw it off the boards back to Esterbrook. 30 seconds remaining in the Tantramar power play. Parsons now. So Tantramar will get a rush as Trent Arsenault throws it on the dump and chase, and it'll come out to Keaton Trenham. Trenham just kind of played it forward. He's quickly hit. And Jesse Esterbrook's now on the puck. Esterbrook's chipped it into the corner. Connor Cabin into the office will set up. Back to the point. Jesse Esterbrook throws that at net. And a pad save by Mason Cambridge. Or sorry, Mason Branscombe. Puck thrown across now for Tantramar. Branscombe out. Glove to the side, tosses it, but teams return to even strength. And that's number 3, Patrick Mann, back to play it. Joe Carpenter hits him. Connor Cabin on the puck. Riley Esterbrook's out in front. They're trying to get to Esterbrook. Cabin will throw that one off the Cabin out to the side. Jesse Esterbrook shoots and a save made by Mason Branscombe. Of course, Esterbrook's having a little conversation as he likes to do. You have to be disciplined here if you're beneath McNaughton. Another penalty, take it down to 9 minutes. Tantramar potentially scores. You have 5-goal lead, 9 minutes. You have to stay disciplined here if you're beneath McNaughton. You also have to stay disciplined when it comes. You don't want to start too early taking Hail Mary shots for goals. You don't want any long leak passes up the middle. And this Tantramar team has forced teams to pay for turnovers all game long there as Thomas Coombs will shuffle that back to Justin Jocks, who would dump it out. Tantramar at the tag. They do. And now here's Beneath McNaughton going the other way. Here's Lafferty. Lafferty into the zone, but Weir able to tie him up. Lafferty in the corner, hit by Weir. And now Thomas Coombs over there to join that battle. Behind the net, here's Branscombe throwing it at net. Save made by Noah Boyd. Nelson Hicks ahead. Trying to take a shot at it. Now here's Thomas Coombs. Thomas Coombs chips it the other way. Ben Weir gets control of it. Up the boards to Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks cycles back, or tries to take a step back at least. Can't do it. Lafferty throws it back to the point. Hammered at net by Goodery. And it comes to Thomas Coombs. Coombs trying to chip it off the board. He can't. Corey Gould tries to finish his check. It was thrown by number 18. That's Duncan Smith for the Highlanders, up and into the mesh netting. .10 to go here in the game. As Arsenault able to win that face-off, but it's taken over by Dryden in with a shot. Hammered wide. And Arsenault able to clear the zone. Nice hit there. At the end by Johnson, and that puck's iced by Tantramar. So 10 minutes to go. Here, of course, the biggest thing right now, if you're beneath McNaughton, do not start panicking just yet. You've had good chances. You've had a good system all game. Don't start trying those leak passes, because that's where Tantramar might make you pay. As Patrick Shipley skates it ahead. Now here's Jory Parsons in on the forecheck. Parsons, the defenseman, is currently the deepest of all players for Tantramar as he fights for it in the corner with Johnson and Doucette. Puck comes forward. Here's Dryden. Dryden into the zone. At net, trying to throw that one over for Duncan Smith. No, sorry, for Thomas Johnson, but he can't get to it. Here's Dryden again. Tied up by Arsenault out in front. And that puck will go around the boards. And it can't be kept in by Doucette. Doucette will end up dumping it to Parsons. As Bernice McNaught needs to make changes, needs to tag for offside, and I'll give Tantramar a chance to make line changes. As Parsons has it again in the corner. Braden Finney on it now. Slides it ahead to Joe Carpenter. Cadman trying to throw it off the boards. It'll just barely get out. And now here's Jory Parsons. Parsons will throw it around the boards. It'll go the length of the rink and be an icing call with 8:45 to go. Smart play if you're Parsons. Get the fresh skaters on. You've got the 4-goal lead. You just need fresh legs. Coming to the point, we'll start monitoring the Bernice McNaught line changes. Second line out here with Lee and Bramscombe. Both on, back to the point. Number 13 at the point for Bernice McNaught. To the corner, here's Adam Hall. Adam Hall chips it over to Han Lee, who would pick it up. Out, puck comes out in front, chance there. And here's Han Lee. Han Lee forced to cycle back. Leaves the shot at net. Jesse Esper can't pick it up, and it's Han Lee on it again. Lee's been absolute puck hog tonight. Puck thrown back to the corner, number 3. That's Patrick Mann. Patrick Mann shuffled it forward. Lee on it again, but Riley Esterbrook get a chance to clear. Riley Esterbrook throws it over to Joe Carpenter, but Carpenter with a step ahead of him. It's offside. .7:57 to go in the third period now. Face off won by Corey Gould, and now here comes Nelson Hicks. Quick shot at net, Nelson Hicks decided to try to chip in the middle and get back to it, but it would slide forward to Branscombe. Here in Elliot Hicks doing what he does, getting under the skin of Bernice McNaughton as number 44. Nathan Archibald had some words for him there. And now Corey Gould in for the face-off against Alex Mullen, and Corey Gould able to win it, but Bernice McNaughton will quickly take over. Puck comes back. Here's Justin Jocks. Jocks throws it across, caught in the leg of Elliot Hicks. Chip behind the net. Here's Justin Jocks again. Penalty coming now to Bernice McNaughton. And now, looks like we have a fight in the corner between Corey Gould and Nathan Archibald. Archibald just Hicks early on. As that'll be whistled down. So now it looks like they'll probably take 2 there as Corey Gould gets tangled up with them. But will Bernice McNaughton still have the extra penalty? We'll find that out. And of course, this is another penalty. Tantramar has got to tighten up the discipline. We talked about the discipline for Bernice McNaughton earlier. However, we only talked about that because the penalties came back to haunt him. Corey Gould's getting kicked out of the game as we speak. And that'll be a big loss for Tantramar. In this last 7 minutes, the Titans need to clean up the discipline. We've seen 2 useless penalties late in the third period. And if you get into a team with a good power play, that could turn detrimental. Here at the refs attempt to sort this out. Tantramar should be going to the power play because both players got tangled up there at the end. There, as you can see, yes, Archibald is being kicked out. So Gould and Archibald both gone. And Bernice McNaughton did have the first 2 penalties. So I'm still not sure rather though they're game misconduct or gross misconduct. Unlikely for gross. However, the other possibility, the most likely possibility, based on what happened, that they're just 10-minute misconduct with less than 10 minutes to go in the game. So Jesse Esterbrook's over now looking to talk to the official and try to sort out what's going on here for Tantramar. You can see Noah Robichaux over there doing the same for Bernice McNaughton. So some things to look for here, of course. If this is as of right now the 4-minute penalty up for Tantramar. Still not sure if that's correct because the original penalty was against Bernice McNaughton. So Tantramar should come out of this with a power play, unless Corey Gould, of course, I wasn't looking, unless Corey Gould retaliation was excessively dirty, and it must have been, as we see Elliot Hicks coming over. We will listen here to the explanation from our public address announcer tonight. And what a chance now to get back in this game if you're Bernice McNaughton. As it goes back to the point, here's Robichaux. Shot at net, save made by Noah Boyd. As it goes out to Estabrooks. Estabrooks ahead to Nelson Hicks. Nelson Hicks going to give chase. Nelson Hicks has a step on him. Comes out and shoots to shuffle that forward. And Bramscone will cover. And we're awaiting our address here. So the Tantramar penalty was to Corey Gould. It was 4 minutes for head contact, and then the game misconduct. Elliot Hicks will serve the 4-minute penalty for head contact. So it wasn't a game misconduct, it was a 10-minute misconduct that came inside of the last 10 minutes. So they sent him to the room. As here comes Lafferty now. Lafferty ahead. Joey Parsons shuffling that forward, and Connor Cadman will clear the zone. Puck comes back to the point. Cambridge out to Bramscone, sorry, out to play it. Shuffled back to Archibald, on his way to Weaver, who threw it around the board to Lafferty, and the puck's put back behind the net. Weaver has to chase it. Here's Joey Parsons now. Tantramar keeping this one deep. Lee on the puck. Juan Lee attempting to rush forward. Jesse Estabrooks will step up and chip, and able to get a flexion to that one. Now, Bernice McNaughton will make changes, and Joey Parsons dumps it ahead, leak pass. Connor Cadman almost had a chance there, but can't get control of the puck. And Joey Parsons now skating backwards, has to face Dryden. Dryden into the zone, chips it off the shoulder of Noah Boyd, comes back. Parsons able to glove it down, but it's taken over by Harrison Tremble. Or not Harrison Tremble, by Bernice McNaughton. Sorry about that. And Wood shuffled it in the corner to Johnson. Johnson's shot went off the stick of Jack Arsenault, high of the net. Shipped forward by Thomas Coombs into the Tantramar bench, and we'll get a whistle. It'll come back inside the Tantramar zone. Of course, I do apologize again. Not sure why I'm messing up the name of the schools. I do deeply apologize to any Bernice McNaughton fans watching. Arsenault able to win the draw. Ben Weir now tied up for it. And Dryden able to come up with it. Dryden tries to hand it back to Johnson. He finally does. Johnson on the puck. Thomas Johnson back to the point to Robichaux. Robichaux over to Johnson. And it comes back, and Ben Weir quickly gets it and flips it down ice. With 1:53 to go in the penalty and 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the hockey game. Jack Arsenault getting the pressure on. And here comes Dryden to skate the puck. Dryden has three defenders back. He's got Wood behind him in case he has to drive it. Good hit there by Justin Jocks. And here's Dryden again. Dryden flipped it forward, and Noah Boyd able to get his trapper down. And he'll hold on for the whistle. 1:30 remaining in the penalty being served by Elliot Hicks. And 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the hockey game. Connor Cadman wins that face-off, and Joe Carpenter skates it out. Carpenter skating it short-handed, able to make a move past Connor Martin, and that puck shuffled ahead to Keaton by Harrison Jones, easily taken over by Keaton Trenum as Trenum attempts to get it deep. Number 13 now skating the puck for Bernice McNaughton. I said Harrison Trumbo again early, didn't I? Dang it. As Jesse Estabrooks on it there for Tantramar, around the corner to Joe Carpenter. Puck back to the point. Connor Martin, quick shot at net off a couple sticks and doesn't make it to the goal. Into the corner now, and there's Doucette. That was Duncan Smith, my mistake, as Parsons shuffles it out of the zone. 40 seconds remaining in the power play, in the penalty now. 4 minutes remaining in the hockey game. Nelson Hicks back to chase. Pass over number 13. That is, get my names here. Here's number 5 now, Connor Martin. Connor Martin works it forward. 13, as we mentioned earlier, that was Josh Flynn, who skated in. And we do get an icing call now against Bernice McNaughton while on the power play. Ugh. That face-off, won by Raleigh Esterbrook and shuffled quickly at net and we get a whistle. First face-off of high school hockey for Raleigh Esterbrook, and he gets the win there. Of course, played center coming up through the system, but moved over to winger to make the lines work here. As he can't get it there, and it goes out. Han Lee throws it behind the net to Noah Robichaud. Noah Robichaud hit by Trent Arsenault. Here, teams return to even strength. Keaton Trunham out now on the line change for Tantramar. These lines get back together. Puck's in the feet of Trent Arsenault. Didn't realize he had it at first. Now he does. And he shuffles it deep. He was just ahead of the red line, so no icing. And Noah Robichaud on the puck. Ben Weir able to tie up Han Lee. Puck comes out now. Here comes Cambridge. Or Bramscone, sorry. Yeah, Camden Branscone. Camden Branscone over to Lee. Lee not able to get the shot off. Branscone, a tough angle shot there. Gets that net. Back to the point. Forced forward towards the goal there. Not a real shot. And it goes out to Ben Weir. Shovel it back. Here's Han Lee again on in the corner. Han Lee able to go up the puck. He's hit though by Justin Jocks, and that'll be a turnover. That'll go in the corner to Trent Arsenault. Keaton Trenham now skating it through center. Here comes Keaton Trenham into the zone. Dumped that net, power aside by Bramscone. 2:41 remaining in the game. Shuffle forward. Picked up by number 8 for the Titans. That's Thomas Coombs, and Keaton Trenham skates it in. Thomas Coombs now in the corner. Coombs, he's hit by Johnson and Weaver. That puck goes off the stick of Patrick Shipley. Up against the glass, and Harrison Tremble able to get it out. Dryden couldn't get it. Now Esterbrook skates it in. Jesse Esterbrook lightly tossed it forward at the turnover. Now here comes Johnson. Johnson, he's got Wood with him. Johnson skating his own pass over to Wood, but he's tied up by Parsons. And a good chance there for Bernice McNaughton late in the game. 2 minutes remaining. Wood back for the puck, but he won't need to chase it too hard. It'll be an icing call against the Titans with 1:57 to go in the final period. So Esterbrook's again in for a face-off. He's on the ice now. Here's Nelson Hicks. And with either two of them together again. Here, that puck was quickly shot at net by Duncan Smith. And Boyd would put it to the side of the net where it got caught. Kind of on the back part of the netting. And they'd blow it down there. So this is interesting to watch for. Riley Esterbrook and Nelson Hicks on the ice together. Two would have came up, playing minor hockey together, would have been that top offensive duo. And with either one on the puck, it's either on the ice now again. Adam Hall turns it over, led to a shot for Doucette, or for Duncan Smith, sorry, and it was patted down by Noah Boyd into the corner. Elliot Hicks on that puck. Battling forward in the corner. Lee gets it out back to the point. Number 22 on it now. That is Ben Connor. Ben Connor throws it around the corner for Connor Martin. Connor Martin hit there by Nelson Hicks and Adam Hall. Back to play it. That's Justin Jocks. Attempts to play for Tantramar. Throws out front. Chance there for Doucette. Save made by Boyd. Rebound. Doucette. Another chance. Puck on the shot there for Duncan Smith. That one's patted wide. And Noah Boyd with the trio. Good save there. And now a high stick's going to come. A minute to go. And it'll be either. So basically, Bernice McNaughton had a choice. You can play it for icing or play it for high stick. They'll play it for high stick. And the face-off will go all the way back. Or sorry. We'll go all the way back just outside. No, sorry. It'll stay inside the Bernice McNaughton zone. Of course, that rule change. It used to be where it was played from. Now it's where the puck's touched. So the puck will stay there. Thomas Coombs throwing that one out in front. Trent Arsenault now on it. Goes Jesse Esbrooks. He fans on a shot. And here's a chance the other way. Joey Parson able to get there. But he throws it turnover. Parson threw it right to Lee. But Lee was a step offside. He didn't touch it though. But they had to leave it. And Parson will throw it over to Estabrooks. Tantramar heads the other way. Estabrooks chips it in deep. Just trying to burn off time. Goes back. Number 7 will play it for the Highlanders. And Thomas Coombs on the puck. That's here now. Here's Cambridge. Branscombe, sorry. Camden Branscombe. Hit by Thomas Coombs, then he falls over by Nelson Hicks, then he falls over. Now here comes Nelson Hicks looking to skate the puck. Nelson Hicks had a little bit of room to get it, shoots it because there's only 2 seconds left. And that'll be the hockey games, folks. Tantramar with their first regular season win as they rejoin the AAA conference this year. Taking the W, 4-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow night with your girls' game. We wish good luck to the boys' team as they play on the road against Bernice McNaughton again tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Tantramar Veterans Memorial Civic Center, I'm Justin Smith, signing off.